Flip the switch, turn it on. Animation's never gone. From Toontown tales to frames that glow. Behind the scenes, come join the show. It's Lightbox. Bright ideas, cartoons alive. Lightbox, where animation thrives. Sketch it, ink it, bring it to life. Let's talk anime, art, and cartoons tonight. Lightbox, the way to their way.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Whitebox. Whitebox? Okay, we've suddenly, crossed into something already. Welcome to Lightbox, the official podcast of Wanimate, the West Australian Animation Association. Whether you're an aspiring animator, a seasoned professional, or simply a fan of the magical world of animation, you've come to the right place. My name is Tanya Beeson.
And I'm David O'Connell.
I am Nathan Viney.
Yes, we are missing Lindsay today, and Nathan has joined us as our special guest. Well, we'll talk to you a little bit more about what you've got going. Yeah, we'll talk about what you've got a little bit more about what you've got going on in a little bit. But we're going to be your guides for this monthly journey into the heart of the animation industry in Western Australia. So each month, Lightbox will bring you the latest and greatest in animation news, from upcoming films and shows to industry discussions that will inspire and empower the talented animators who call Western Australia home. We'll also delve into the creative processes and challenges faced by our local animators as they work tirelessly to bring their unique visions to life, and potentially see some tonight. But firstly, we wish to acknowledge and honour the traditional custodians of the land we are streaming from, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. We recognise and celebrate their enduring culture, the rich tapestry of Indigenous arts, and the invaluable contributions they make to the vibrancy and cultural diversity to this city and region.
And before we dive into today's content, we'd also just have a quick advisory warning. Look, our channel is generally suitable for most audiences. There may be some occasions where we delve into topics or showcase content that might not be appropriate for younger viewers. And tonight might be one of those nights, quite frankly. So just be warned in that regard. Look, we strive to create younger, engaging and enjoyable content for everyone, but be advised some material is not suitable for children. So this is case parental discretion is advised, and encourage you to review the content before sharing it with younger audiences. Our goal is to provide a safe and enjoyable viewing experiences for all, and really appreciate your support and understanding in this matter. All right. Other than we've got a cat behind you, Tanya.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to block the cat butt with my head, so it's not.
What's your cat called?
This I can't tell which one this is. That is Willow.
Willow.
Yeah. Yes.
Some stardom.
Yeah, just wants to be on camera. Yeah. Just claws in my shoulder before that as well. Okay.
All right, let's get started then.
Look, we've got an audience. Hello. Subquest. So let's talk about the news. Of course. The 3:30 animation and VFX competition was on, and it was an amazing night. We had the whole bunch of people from industry come through. We had several of our judges come in. So I saw Merlin, and I saw Steve Grant, and the boys came over from Toon Boom in the east, and a good night was had by all, and some fun animation was shown. We are going to show you the winners if we like. So I'm gonna quickly spool these up. Let me just change the screen for a second and jump in with this is I actually wrote it down. Here we go. WEST by Anera Winitana, the winner of the school category.
Borrow a compass. Dude, what's wrong with your compass?
Oh, that's one of the techs I'm working on. The warped existence swapping transport. Basically, if you spin around fast enough, the needle will produce enough energy to transport you into a warped version of our own reality.
What?
Let me show you. Hey, it actually worked.
Get me out of here, I wanna go home, this is weird, I'm done it.
So
Yeah.
nice.
Fun. Let's jump on straight away to our next film, which is the tertiary winner, Treasured by J.C. McBow and Yuki Yu. And I've got to find it. Where is it? There we go. Treasured. Very cool. Very cool.
Although, as a Gen X, I'll always be triggered by a horse sinking into a swamp.
Yeah. I think that was deliberately aimed at us. So
Yeah, pretty sure it was.
So next is West Pharmaceuticals by Ben Herman, Michael Dillon, and Ned Beeson. No relation. And this is the winner of our VFX category. So let's check this out. Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to West Pharmaceuticals.
Please read and sign the waiver.
Is that what?
It's not what, sign it. Once you have done that, please drink the condoms in the top to your left.
He's cut right on his shirt.
Yeah. It's really cool. Okay, and the last one, the winner of the open category, Set Sail to the Western Star. There's a few names here. I should read them out before I press play. Christina Vernon, Connor Johnson, Harrison Fellows, Jay Howe, Jen Doman, Russell Vernon, Sky Walken, and Tayan Nosita. So this is our open category winner, Set Sail to the Western Star.
Having fun, Wesley?
I love that tone change. It's great.
Yeah,
It's cute. Yeah. It's great. Some nice use of like 3D painted textures and some blending techniques going on in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixing of styles with all of those entries.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, well, even the school category. So
I had fun with that, and I think the school category was my favorite, just because it brought back those memories of getting things out there. It's like all these crazy ideas all in one go. Yeah, it was great. All of them were really great.
Really, really cool. So yeah, super happy and impressed by the groups of that submitted their films. There was a lot more amazing films. In fact, the judging, I'm told, was so close across all the categories that it came down to decimal places in the scoring. So yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be so hard to judge. It would be so hard.
So very, very cool. So, congratulations to all our winners. They've should have nice. They should have already got
whistle somewhere, but I'll leave that.
got their prizes, or got them sent on the way. So yeah. Now let's get back to our regular run-of-the-mill what we're doing. And
okay, we'll talk about Umbrella Entertainment then, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so Umbrella, one of Australia and New Zealand's leading independent film distributors, has officially launched Umbrella Gaming. So a new distribution division dedicated to support and releasing independent video games across Australia. Or Australia, I should say.
They've been putting out Australian films for a little while. Most recently, Lesbian Space Princess has been put out. So
yeah, well, it's kind of general distribution goes out. We're actually calling in the coming soons.
Yes,
yeah,
not officially released until the other side of Cinefest, which is in 3 weeks' time.
Oh, so it's going to be at Cinefest.
Yeah,
that's a movie I'm excited to see.
I checked it out as part of Revelation Film Festival. So yeah, it is funny. It is literally side-splittingly funny all the way through. So yeah,
it's just that that style that I've been waiting for a feature-length movie that looks like that, pretty much.
Yeah.
So and it comes from our country, so that's great.
Yeah. So at some point, I'm going to have to see and organize about getting an interview with the director and the writer for that, if I can. That would be so much fun. Yeah.
Well, add to the list of things to do because you haven't got enough already.
Oh, it's true. But okay, let's look at what else is coming. So
we've already mentioned what's upcoming. Let's do all the rest before Lesbian Space Princess gets released. So August 12th, we've got Marvel's Iron Man and His Amazing Friends.
I think it's Iron Man and His Awesome Friends.
Oh, it could be. Sorry, I've automatically put down Amazing thanks to Spider-Man, but never mind.
Yeah, well, it is obviously the same animation team doing another Marvel character. Yeah.
We got. We mentioned this previously. Gennady Tartakovsky's Fixed is coming out August 13th. Baby Finn's sing-along movie Into the Pink Fong World. I have no idea, but I say I'm not the target demographic.
I like his wand or her wand. I'm not. I don't know, but the wand is cool.
Their wand, yeah. I'm just just these extended titles. I'm getting frustrated. Like the next one.
That's a perfect segue into anime. Jujutsu Kaisen, Hidden Inventory Prem Def. So I think this is going to be a preview for the first couple of episodes of the new season on the horizon. August 18th, you have at the Luna, Akira and Ghost in the Shell Innocence doing a double.
Which is really cool. So go and see it. Like, see Akira in the cinemas, especially my students. Seriously, do it.
Actually, it's a good time for that because August 21st, Princess Mononoke is getting a 4K release.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty awesome. So to see that one. Yep. Look, there's 2 anime things that they can't say that I hate just because it's anime. I love Princess Mononoke. Yeah,
I've got a Princess
got,
Mononoke figurine over there somewhere.
Nice.
We've got how do you pronounce this one? Nija. Sorry, that's Nija 2 is getting an English release. Uyanu, Age of Wonders.
I love the style of Nija.
Yeah. Did you get to catch it in the subtitled release earlier this year? I didn't get a chance. I was just wondering.
No, I haven't been invited to it, so no.
Hmm.
Hopefully I get to see it at some point. So
okay, so yep.
Ianu, Age of Wonders, which looks to be like Afrocentric,
and it's a prequel to the series that was released earlier this year.
Oh, okay. Okay, now, okay.
Yeah. September 4th. Cool. September 4th, we have Light of the World. Also on September 4th, we have Toy Story getting a 4K restoration and re-release in cinemas. September 11th, we have the first of the what amounts to the final series of Demon Slayers, released in a number of movies. So Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Infinity Castle, basically. So if you've been hanging out for that, that's going to be one of the big events.
Titles, one of the bigger titles, yeah.
Well, no, not even close with a lot of anime. Yeah, it's basically the start of the Infinity Castle arc for Demon Slayer. So it should be grand. And September 11th, we've already mentioned, Lesbian Space Princess is getting a general release.
Yay! So you can all see it. I enjoyed it. It's rip-roaringly funny. Though I am actually, on the flip side of that page, going to go see Light of the World because I'm curious. It looks beautiful. I mean, biblical story, but it looks like a gorgeous film, and I'm curious to see.
Is that getting a general cinema release?
Light of the World.
Yeah.
Yep, that was from events scheduling. So yeah, I got to admit, Demon Slayer I'll probably see in the cinemas. I've been following through, normally behind and waiting for the series to actually be screened on Crunchyroll. But yeah, it's a beautiful series and fun. So yeah, I've been enjoying it. So yeah, I'll probably see it in the big screen.
Cool. Okay.
I live in the countryside, so a lot of these things I can't see on the big screen at all. But I'll always remember.
What's the nearest cinema to you, Nathan?
Yeah, Crunchyroll.
Albany. So
Yeah.
There's the incentive for the Albany crowd to go out and see some awesome stuff and get some more anime coming down in your direction.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Very cool.
I want to see Akira.
Yes, like see Akira in the cinema.
Yeah,
it's a great film. Love it.
Is.
Anyway, I'm going to interrupt us for a second and throw on an ad from one of the sponsors of the 330 animation competition, Cinefest Oz.
Ooh, Cinefest.
There we go. So Cinefest Oz has been involved in the 330 for the last 4 years now. And we've been going down and showing the films as part of the short film competition. If you're down in Cinefest, on Thursday, the 4th of September. Let me just verify that one. Thursday, the 4th of September at Margaret River Heart. You will see some of the animations as part of the short film night. So, and those animations will be judged as part of an animation category. So, super excited to go down and support the animation crowd and get involved in some Cinefest stuff down there. It's a good week out if you get to Busselton.
We did have Cinefest in Albany once, so that I got lucky there. It was great.
I think that's going to be, a few coming to several of the country towns this year as well. So we're back in Albany, so it'll be quite cool.
Yeah, that'll be great.
So, did you see any of the short films last year?
I saw my own short film. I was doing I was busy, but I saw my. They had like a roll of lots of local films going through, so I got to see some of them.
Is it Lesbian Space Princess is being shown as well down there? So we get an animation every year. Last year, it was My Life as a Snail.
Yes, I'm looking.
Which was cool.
I watched the first quarter of that, and then I realized it was too scary for the children.
Yeah.
Well, scary is not the right word. It's not appropriate. I already knew it wouldn't be, but I'm hopeful.
You hope that the animation you put on.
I loved. What was the previous one? With the Mary and Max.
Mary Max.
That was great. Yeah, not appropriate, but great. That always makes me think of chocolate. Have you guys remember it?
No, I haven't seen Mary and Max, but
Harvey
Crumpet.
Get on it.
Harvey Crumpet and sorry, Adam Elliott style.
Mary and Max.
Nice. Anyway, let's well, it's not really a debate. Go on,
Willow's saying that they'll definitely have to go and see it in cinema.
Yeah. Definitely have to go see Akira in the cinema. Yes.
Is that your cat messaging?
Yeah. No. I'm assuming it's another Willow. Yes. Unless the cat is sitting in another room with my phone. Yeah. Nice. Though I'm not sure the cat would do anything just to, make me happy. We'll see. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. So, post 3:30, where our attention is completely focused on local animation, we talked about the potential of talking about some forgotten animations that we don't often hear people talking about nowadays. Things that we love, but they just sort of disappeared into obscurity, and they're not out there and about. So let's have a talk about your one, Dave.
All right, so this is like not necessarily a hidden gem, but it's got some cult status, but it's definitely not got the standing that it deserves. So a couple of years out of The Simpsons debut, the studio and creators were trying to make an adult animation, and Duckman gives us a template that's been followed by many more popular adult animations since then. So released in 1994, I think, based on a comic by creator Everett Peck, and released by Kalaski Kispo Studios. So the studio that brought us Rugrats, the studio that brought us the first 4 seasons of The Simpsons, and had lost that just 2 years prior to that, or shifted over to Fox Animation.
Yeah,
and it's a strange little gem. It's a family sitcom matched with film noir detective story, allowing Duckman to be both have both an air of family wholesomeness to storylines at times, and just dive into pulp sleaze at other times. Depending on the episode, it'll lean heavily in either direction, giving you a wide spectrum to play with. It's satirical, it's sarcastic, and it is a fantastic comedy. Creator Everett Peck's comic book art style, so he did one issue of the character for Dark Horse Comics before it was picked up, meshed well with Clancy Caspo's studio style, giving something that's bright, manic, and rough around the edges. In many ways, as a hero, he's unlikable and a deeply flawed protagonist and an anti-hero. Duckman has actually in some ways become pretty much an archetype for many of the anti-heroes going forwards in adult animation. There's, Duckman basically waddled, so Archer, Rusty Venture, and Rick could actually fly. Jason Alexander's excellent voice work is absolutely key for this. He can rabbit off rapid-fire dialogue with great ease, and it is just a beautiful thing to actually hear. He's a despicable, egotistical sleazebag. That's Duckman, not Jason. I don't know Jason. And somehow we're just capable of relating to and enjoying him. Critically, he's also got someone that can feel empathy for. He's given a fairly tragic backstory and the awareness of his fallibility that lies just below his bravado. His rants are also just something of beauty in this series. He takes big swings at both sides of politics. The character would often go off on a rant with metatextual context, nailing the themes of that episode. I've got one from the episode Jackie the Chicken, which was about a very bland comedian being marketed as a product and using, I can't remember if it was some sort of mind control gas to actually get the populace on side to think that his humor is actually great and perfect and use it as a marketing tool. So you get Duckman's rant and that. But that's precisely when humor is offensive. That is when we need it the most. Comedy should provoke. It should blast through prejudices, challenge preconceptions. Comedy should always leave you where it found you. Sure, humor can hurt, even alienate, but it's a risk is better than the alternative, a steady dart of innocuous, child-proof, flavorless mush. Demand to be challenged, to be offended, to be treated like thinking reasonable adults and raise your children to do the same. Don't let a comedian, a network, a congressional committee, or an evil genius take away your freedom to laugh at whatever you want. Besides Alexander, there was a great supporting cast of voice actors to consider as well, including Tim Curry, Greg Berger, Grimlock from G1 Transformers.
Grimlock. Yes.
Yeah. So Berger plays Cornfed, the ultimate straight man with a Joe Friday delivery and extreme competence. That's also very much an archetype that we've seen going forwards in adult animation. You can imagine something like Brock Sampson as very much the competent to make up for the bumbling idiot that is Rusty, or Lana Kane, who's competent and more mission focused than Archer. There's Fluffy and Uranus, two indestructible Care Bear-like creatures parodying PC culture that are indestructible, so they meet a gruesome end every episode. Bernice, his dad's wife's sister, Ajax, voiced by Dweezil Zappa, etc., etc. There's quite a long cast there, and it does very well. The result is an acerbic comedy with rapid-fire dialogue, smart writing, and a cutting edge. At the time, it did get some critical praise, and it has picked up a cult following over the years, but the broadcasters really didn't know how to handle it. The first two seasons are probably the best. They're the most on point. Season 3, you get to see some studio meddling happening, and by the time it's cancelled, season 4, you can definitely see studio interference. In fact, the last episode is pretty much a big middle finger to everything, leaving the whole series on a cliffhanger where 4 of the characters get married before Duckman's dead wife actually reveals that she's still alive and Cornfed knew all along. It's a complex cliffhanger, which Peck and a lot of the other writers at the time said they had no idea how to actually handle it at all. They just went, "Screw you guys! This is how we're ending it."
I love that. I love that they did it, as a more extreme cliffhanger rather than try and tie up the stories. It's like,
yeah, or do like a half safe bet. Like it's kind of a cliffhanger, but we're hoping, like see a lot of shows do that awkward ending, whereas that's just like full on. Yeah, that's great.
There's a lot of shows that actually do that sort of giant cliffhanger at the end to hope that there will be a campaign for renewal. It has worked on one occasion I can think of recently. Gunnabout and Stockings actually ended with a massive cliffhanger, which the showrunner had no idea how to handle it, and it's just been renewed this year and showing again. So good luck.
Imagine that being at the writer's estimate. Oh, now I have to actually solve that. I got the show. Oh,
yeah. So this is like, as I said, it's I don't think it's streaming anywhere. It is on YouTube. Some episodes are available on YouTube. I think maybe even all of it, if you hunt hard enough, is available on YouTube. And it did get a DVD release. But it's weird. In an age that, like last SDCC, we're seeing Rocco's Modern Life toys being released. We've seen Extreme Ghostbusters. We've seen Rugrats. We've seen all these things from the 90s being revived, and a lot of adult animation stuff getting toys and merchandise. And Duckman is pretty much silence. So I think it's kind of one of those that's kind of slipped under the radar of many people, and it really shouldn't. There's a lot we owe there, and it is as funny as hell. It really is. Great series. Highly recommend it.
Cool. I might have to go back and rewatch. Like, I've seen a little bit of it, but maybe 4 or 5 episodes, but haven't seen the whole lot, so I can get my hands on it.
I've never seen it, but I love Klasky Super or whatever they're called. Like they made so much amazing content that was just all over my eyes through my childhood, and I love when they get weird as well. So this has been a blind spot for me. So you're completely right.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, just that animation style carrying through that entire time period. So you had things like I Am Weasel and Cow and Chicken.
One thing I didn't mention, I probably should, is the music as well, because it's very, it's that during that area you got Mothers, and I think because Weasel's in it, you've got Frank Zappa music.
Oh, Mothers, what's his name? Mothers. Mark Mothers, is that his name?
Mark Mothersbaugh from Mothersbaugh from Devo.
Yeah, big fan of his music, so that'll be great.
That's very, very cool. Okay. Anything else we want to say about Duckman?
I think we can move on.
Oh, okay. That puts a lot of pressure on me because because the questions are going to be asked, and I'm assuming my students who are watching this are going to ask me a zillion and one questions tomorrow, because I am well known for my loathing of anime, and I don't loathe anime, but they think I do. So, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the anime version of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz from 1986 and 87, is one of those awesome animated series that I've really, really, really latched onto when I was younger. It's probably what is it? Ozu no Mahotsukai? Ozu no Mahotsukai? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. That's my attempt. So I'm assuming, let me just get stabbed by any Japanese people at some point. But it is known as, it is known by The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, by the name in the West as The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. and it's probably, I think what stands out for me is it is the most accurate to the Oz stories by L. Frank Baum of any of the Wizard of Oz stuff. You know, if you look at it from things that are, you know, a few changes to Wicked, which completely rewrites the story. Yeah. You've got this spectrum, and the Wonderful Wizard of Oz is definitely leaning towards being accurate to the original stories. I just love it is gorgeous design, like
It
cutesy, sweet, rounded. It's not doesn't feel like a lot of the, you know, harsh angled anime that was coming out around that time. There's no extremely overdrawn robots. It is, I mean, there's the Tin Man, but I love this version of the Tin Man because he's stocky and he feels heavy compared to the lanky Scarecrow. And you look at the variations on when they put out Wizard of Oz, having those two distinct silhouettes for those two characters is pretty good. But yeah, you know, Toto plays a big part in the story, and like I said, it follows the book. We've got
looks like the lion's more on 4 feet as well.
Yeah,
Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, Cowardly Lion's down on 4 feet. He's a lion. Yeah,
he's an actual lion,
not a guy in a suit. No. However, you know, not being an anime purist, I did watch it, the English dub, which was narrated by Margot Kidder. So there's, very, very cool. The intro was also different as well. It had some early, mid 80s CG, computer generated intro of flying over the farmhouse to the windmill. You know, the Gale farmhouse to the windmill, and then, you know, then it goes into 2D in the realm of Oz for the show itself. And it's got the song was called "Searching for a Dream" by the Parachute Club. But I just the main lyric of the chorus is "We're having fun on the other side," you know, and so
I'm getting into it already.
Yeah, getting straight into it.
Parachute Club.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a fun little.
Yeah, actually, I feel like that does actually seem like an anime song. I don't know why, even just from your tiny little excerpt there.
Yeah. Look, it's all. I'm pretty sure the entire series is available on YouTube, but I think I've seen it on Prime as well. I would like to see a little bit of a higher res version come out, a re-release of some sort. You know, up-res it, maybe give it a little bit of a polish and throw it out into the world again. Because yeah. Sweet little story. The characters make sense for, you know, who they are in the Oz novels. Very, very true to L. Frank Baum. I think the second book, where Dorothy isn't featured in the book, she's still part of it. She replaces one of the key characters as part of that story, and continues through. And you know, if you've seen any other Oz stories, you'll notice similarities. So there's, if you've seen Return to Oz, the Disney Disney film, Disney dark Return to Oz, yeah, there's a lot of that in the later arcs of the story. Sort of comes from that time period where you've got Japanese studios in the late 70s and 80s were really diving into this world masterpiece theater thing, where they were looking at adapting Western stories. So around that time period, we got Heidi, we got Anne of Green Gables, which has got a re-release or a remake. Is that?
Yeah, it just got a remake this year, basically.
Yeah, Tom Sawyer, and all done as your serialized anime series. It's really nice.
That'd be around the same time as Sherlock Hound as well.
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of Sherlock Hound.
Probably fits into that time period because it was like, although it might not be that studio, but there was a definite interest in Western culture, and there was a definite interest in those sort of things into anime. It's actually, I'm sure Tanya was just about to say, one of the areas that gave Studio Ghibli like their last major work before heading into their own studios. There's one of the those animes as well.
Well, there was another studio that did The Wizard of Oz in '82. So this came out in '86. It was The Wizard of Oz, but it was done as a movie. That studio got absorbed into Studio Ghibli. Forget what it was called. Topcraft. So Topcraft was ended up being part of Ghibli in the end. So
I think I was thinking Nippon Animation actually, because they did quite a string of these ones.
But around that time period, there was no less than 3 Wizard of Oz, things going on. Even more if you look to other countries. There was a sort of a parody piece in the late 70s. You got the '82 movie, Wizard of Oz, live action The Wiz, based off the stage play around that time period. And by 1990, you've DIC in Canada put out The Wizard of Oz, which is sort of not a sequel or a continuation of the books. It's a sequel to the MGM movie with a premise of what if the witch came back?
Palpatine.
Yeah. Somehow Palpatine came back. Yes. Somehow the witch came back. Yeah. Look, it's a sweet, gorgeous little animated series. I'm just going to treasure from my childhood. I can go back, and I still do now, go back and watch episodes of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I like it. It's sweet. Its pacing is a little bit slow. I'm assuming a lot of kids these days would really chafe with the and call it maybe a little bit ponderous. But it's something like 70 episodes, and the first 17 being The Wizard of Oz, and then the next same amount probably being the third book. But it really delves deep into the Wizard of Oz lore, and they do an amazing job pulling it together. Any questions?
No question. But I hope that it does come back. I hope that a lot of this stuff gets re-released, so we can enjoy like all the efforts, because it's kind of like in a time where the most effort was being put into TV and film. Traditionally. Is also the time we had very low quality, and now we're at really high quality, and it's like things are very different, So it would be great to see a lot of this come back.
Well, I was really torn between 3 series to put up for this, because the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, definitely a standout, but I was considering Spartacus and the Sun Beneath the Sea as one of them, which is a gorgeous really loosely animated parable sci-fi fantasy adventure story, which was really nice. And
was it French?
It was French, yeah, dubbed into English. And then Robo Story, which was a look, trying to describe Robo Story. You've got a girl. She climbs onto a spaceship and somehow ends up on a planet of robots. And all the robot characters are part of a rebellion against this group of robots called the Wrigglers, and they essentially are stormtroopers, and the leader of them, Darth Vader, but the colors have been switched, I think. So the stormtroopers are black, and fun. Anyway, let's jump onto Nathan's story, so I don't take up all the time.
Oh gosh. Well, before I start, I was just thinking when you were talking about kids watching really fast things, and I think there's maybe a resurgence of slow things coming in, slow kids shows, because we were watching Trash Truck. That's a pretty slow show on Netflix. That's what's his name? Glenn Keane, I think his name is.
Oh yeah.
It's like a family made show. And my new favorite show is on ABC. It's called The Sound Collector. Have you guys heard of it?
No. See, we don't have young kids the way you do. So.
I just came across it, and my son likes it. I think I like it more though. It's a stop motion little man who lives in this little cottage with a windmill thing going on, and he's deaf, but then he has headphones and a little cassette player, and he has a massive collection of cassettes, and every day he goes out with a microphone and records different bits of the world. And then he makes music, and he has a friend who's called the Seed Collector, and it's all very quiet. And it's actually narrated by Keira Knightley.
Cool.
It's very relaxing. So even if you're a fully grown person, if you want to relax, stick on the Sound Collector on ABC.
The Sound Collector, nice.
It's so chill. I don't work for them. I just came across it. Okay, so my movie choice of yesteryear was the BFG, and like everything, I got the DVD out.
Nice.
Well, because it's a bit last minute, I don't know really what to say, but this was a film from my childhood, and I know they made a remake. Steven Spielberg made a live action remake with CGI and stuff, and it's pretty good. But anyway, back to this one. There's something really, really special about this film, and I don't know if you've never seen it. It's British. It's a British film. Yeah. I think it was a TV animated movie.
It's a Cosgrove Hall.
Cosgrove Hall. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, it says on the back of my DVD.
If you grew up with Duckula or The Wind in the Willows, you'd know Cosgrove Hall, and I'm pretty sure they featured fairly heavily in our UK animations episode.
We've actually done a specific episode entirely on them as well.
Yeah.
Did they do Danger Mouse? Was that someone else?
Yeah. Danger
Mouse. Wow. Yeah. So amazing studio, right? And this is the big film. David Jason as the voice of the BFG. And there's something, if you watch this film, its strengths are in the Foley sound, the pacing in the animation, and the shadows, and it's scary. It's a really scary film. Like the bad trolls, or what ogre? What are they? The giants? Sorry, they are so scary. But there's something real special about the mix of the painted world the giants live in, with the mix of the Foley sound and the music. It's so creepy music. they all blend together to be so immersive, and you don't get that obviously with the remake. And something I wanted to bring up, and one of the reasons I chose this film is because there's been something that's been waking me up in the middle of the night recently, in the last week, and it is sparkliness. So I don't know if you guys are picking up on this already, but so in this film, there's like a dream catching segment. There's like liquids you can see on this picture here. There's like liquids and sparkly things. The sparkle factor is great, and there's a lot of these sparkly factors. And I'm thinking like Don Bluth film. A lot of Don Bluth films have this real sparkle to them, like The Secret of Nim. All of Don Bluth, he really goes crazy on the sparkle. And I was thinking about it, and I was like watching modern 2D animation and all these things, and I'm like, where's the sparkle gone? And it's like it's something to do with putting the light through the cells or something that they did.
Yeah.
Back then when they're making traditional animation.
So they're backlighting the animation cells and compositing layers post that, so you get the glow. TV shows that were really Secret and Nim, the rat's eyes, that kind of thing. Even if you consider the animated games that Don Bluth did, like Space Ace and Dragon's Den. Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's Lair, yeah.
A lot of that. Filmation was big on it as well. There was a lot of those sort of sparkle effects as part of the transformation of He-Man and She-Ra. A lot of that.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a very specific thing that maybe only we would be picking up on, but it's something that's just completely gone. It's only in those movies, and they try and mimic it digitally, but you can't.
It's because it requires a bit of post-processing. A lot of those like glow and lightning effects and stuff like that were actually from scratching the film, like back into the film reels and things like that. So you could get the light shining through. Did Miyazaki use a sparkle? Oh,
I'm trying to think of a sparkle moment in a Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Come on, figurines, help me out. Maybe. Oh no, this is maybe Laputa. No, he doesn't. He sort of draws.
That's really the music kind of provides sparkle, doesn't it?
Yeah. Kiki. I can't think of much sparkle.
I just watched Kiki the other day, but I don't think there was like any of that like sparkle animation stuff.
We might have to go away and think about this one.
Yeah. Actually, JC, if you're there, you've been doing research on it recently. What have we seen it in recently? If you're
sparkle research?
Yeah. Literally asked me the question today. So has been researching it because they want to.
So that's great timing.
Yeah.
But anyway, other than that,
Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the big effect for that is the demon blast. I would have thought, and there's no film scratching there as could see.
No.
And it doesn't seem like it.
Almost is individually animated. I don't think it's got that sort of scratch sparkle either. So, oh god.
It doesn't make him any less of a man. But he didn't utilize the sparkle.
So with the BFG, there was a lot put into the art side of things, where Cosgrove did some really, really creative art stuff. You had, their sets for Wind in the Willows are,
That's another one I'd like to see higher quality as Wind in the Willows.
But as a feature, the BFG was, had a bit more of a budget. And I think Roald Dahl was involved at some level. I know that the little girl Sophie in it is based off of Roald Dahl's granddaughter, and that's true of the novel.
I remember Roald Dahl. I remember them reading that he enjoyed it, that he was happy with it, and that the animators were really relieved. I remember reading that.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, there's a fart song.
it is Roald Dahl after all.
Yeah, no, I really recommend it as a lost. There's a bit of a lost film because especially being in Australia, it's like nobody seems to have seen it or ever talks about it. And then the Steven Spielberg one came out, and I definitely felt like there was inspiration there from the animated film, not just from the book.
Well, the design of the giant.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to the anime.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's in the book, but he has like a similar sort of southern accent and all these little things like that.
So Southern United Kingdom accent.
Yes. Pirate.
If you're living in Dorset and Cornwall, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
For those people listening.
Those people.
Those fans.
Down where the cider apples grow. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say this is proper.
I probably wouldn't. I probably would be cautious about the age for kids on this one as well. Just to not, it's pretty appropriate, but just because the evil giants, they're real scary.
I don't know.
They eat children. So,
Show them this. Show them Wind in
the Willows. Working out to play dogs.
Play dogs. Yeah. Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace and Gromit.
Yes. We won't pick on Frank for his typos. We've been stumbling over words.
I thought he was trying to mimic the accent,
Wallace and Gromit.
Gromit.
Yeah. There we go.
That's the one.
So yeah. Totally that sort of feel. The score is out. You can buy the music. Some nice music in there.
There's there's this scene when he transports from the real world into the giant world. There's this creepy orange eye that warps, and there's this really weird music that goes with that. It's so. And as a kid, it's maybe all kids should watch it because I liked it. That's how it should be, right? Yeah. And kids should be creeped out. I remember I made an animation once, and for the most part, it was really kiddie. And at the very end, the witch got eaten by these black ghouls, and her skeleton appeared. And I sent it to, somebody sent it to Weeble, that guy. Yeah. And he sent me a message saying, "This scared my daughter." I was like, "Oh, sorry." Maybe I need to work out my audiences.
He was kind of known for "This is my horse. My horse is amazing," and pretty much, yeah, But mind you, he did do Owls, which is beavers attacking Simon Cow. Beavers and owls fighting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but you got to, as a kid, have those hide behind the couch moments while Doctor Who's on. So
Well, bring the Daleks back, make them scary again.
Were they? Was there any? There was no Daleks in the last seasons.
No. Shooting Gatwell's the only not to have faced the Daleks, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a whole other podcast, right?
Yeah, that is.
That's true. And there was, animated elements of Doctor Who in one of the episodes. So we talked about that because there's an animated series coming for preschoolers.
That's right. Did you talk about that episode?
Not much. a little bit. Part of it's just in the news. We're covering the BBC's call for the animated, so they could get a younger audience. Yep, Weeping Angels. Yep.
Yes.
I just remember being in a Swan Con and a kid came in going, "Are you my mummy?" like that, and everyone kind of froze up. But it's getting off topic, I guess.
Just looking at these gas masks.
It's British.
Now,
it's all British, right?
Yeah. Are you truly English if you haven't traumatized your child with Doctor Who or animation? Yeah. But in terms of the BFG, Roald Dahl did enjoy it way more than he did for Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. Which he was well known as that he absolutely hated that. So yeah, but overall, it's a gorgeous piece. And I've got a quote here. Cosgrove Hall's 27-year-old animated feature may be less of a technical feat than the latter, and they're comparing it to Steven Spielberg's. And was certainly made for a fraction of the budget, but it doesn't make it any less a whoopsie-whiffling, rat-swizzling tribute to a terrific story. Yeah. It's gorgeous. So, watercolor backgrounds. And statistic-wise, 750,000 cells.
Wow.
That's intense.
I want one of them.
Yeah.
Signed.
I don't know. Was that the period where a lot of animated cells were being washed and reused? Like,
maybe.
We lost a lot of that stuff. I think because I do want some cell art, but I'm considering making some of my own cell art for the walls.
Do it.
Do it. Gonna jump out, photocopy some
Just
pictures.
add to the list that you were talking about.
Oh yeah, it's cool. So, we have crossed the hour, people. We have talked about some cool animations and got the news out there. Is there a K-pop remake? A K-pop remake of what, Frank?
Of the BFG.
The BFG. Well,
all right. One question I will ask: is there any things from the last 5 years that might be a hidden gem for the future that you can think of?
5 years. That's when I stopped using my brain. Just before that, I think.
5 years.
Gaining memories.
Yeah, this is fair.
5 years. Things in the last 5 years that probably there's ones that are the obvious classics. I don't know. What do you think of, Dave?
I don't know. I was thinking. Okay, Finish Your Trains on 5 years. I think that might be one. Pantheon for me was the one that really kind of leaked out. That's an amazing story. Not necessarily a visual feat, although it is interesting in the animation that it does. But it is a phenomenal story, and it's one that just doesn't get talked about as much as it really should. Isle of Dogs is probably longer than 5 years, I'd say. At a rough guess.
Isle of Dogs was fun though.
It's a great. Yeah, don't get me wrong. That is great. That's probably one of the. Yeah. Well, no, actually, it's not as long ago as I thought. It's only 2018.
Yeah, I really liked Isle of Dogs. So
same here.
I find it's really interesting because before streaming, you have the big dogs, Disney, all that, the big, the big movies, Pixar is what I'm talking about, really. And now with streaming, it's like I see people saying, "Oh, well, Pixar been not very good for years, and these ones, they haven't made their mark. They're not as good as they used to be." To me personally, a lot of Pixar has been really good in the last few years, and to me, out of the big ones, they are doing the best, and just the same as they were before, maybe even better. Like, I really enjoyed a lot of Pixar stuff, but because of streaming, it's kind of like even those are going under the radar, and that's, if maybe the direction can go to, more independent stuff, that's fine. But you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like everything's almost getting level, but I don't know if that's a good thing even,
Yeah. Agree. Common Side Effects is something I've still got to see, but I've heard great things about it. I don't know.
I know one. Yep. I know one. In 2022. I think it's still on Netflix. It was called The House.
Oh, yeah. That was Netflix at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like 3 different stop motion stories written. It was like it was really interesting to watch.
That was the Brazilian one, is that right?
No, it's British, and it has like it's kind of like each story.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like each story's based in a house, maybe like the same house, and each story is completely different.
Technology, kind of.
For me, probably most recent times was Carol at the End of the World.
Yeah.
Keen to watch that. I haven't done it yet.
It's gorgeous, and not enough people have seen it. It's just such an amazing animation. I really, really like. I think I was just in that perfect spot in my life where I could really empathize with Carol. It just I quite liked it. Cool. Well, thank you, gents, for coming and chatting about animation. Thank you to our audience who are hanging in there and talking about stuff. Let's go into our evening and potentially watch some more animations. Get out there. For those who are interested in seeing the 108, thanks, Frank. The 108 330 animations, they're all up on the 108 YouTube channel now. So by the time you've got this and into your heads, you can definitely go into the 108 YouTube channel and check us out and see all the films from this year's 330. So enjoy. There's some amazing stuff in there. Some really, really cool animation. Like I said, the judging was so close across all the categories. It was intense, and the quality is there across the board. So I'm super, super happy, super proud of what everyone achieved this year. So anyway, I'm going to sign off and say goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.
And we'll see you early September.
Yeah.
Dum, dum, dum. It's exciting. Maybe not the week of Cinefest, but
Yeah, I was thinking it's probably going to be second week of September by the sounds of it.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay. See you all later.